Do you struggle with managing your time effectively? This question has probably crossed your mind countless times. For many of us, the day seems to race past us, leaving a trail of uncompleted tasks. But what if there was a way to reclaim control over our time, to steer our day in the direction we want? Enter Timeboxing, an efficient time management strategy that's been making waves in professional circles. In essence, timeboxing is a method that involves scheduling specific time slots for tasks throughout your day. Think of it as a to-do list with a twist. Instead of having an open-ended list of tasks, you allocate a certain amount of time for each activity. This way, your day is divided into boxes of time, each dedicated to a particular task. But it's not just about scheduling. Timeboxing is a tool for achieving better focus and enhancing productivity. It's about learning to command your time rather than being at its mercy. With timeboxing, you're not just planning what you're going to do, but also when you're going to do it. This approach gives you a clear roadmap for the day, helping you to stay focused and avoid the stress of multitasking. Imagine having a clear plan of action each day, knowing exactly what you need to do and when. No more scrambling to fit everything in, no more feeling overwhelmed by endless tasks. With timeboxing, you're in charge, not your to-do list. The beauty of timeboxing is its versatility. Whether you're a busy professional juggling multiple projects, a student trying to balance studies and leisure, or simply someone looking to make the most of their day, timeboxing can be a game changer. If you've been searching for a way to take control of your schedule, timeboxing might be the answer. So, if you're ready to transform the way you manage your time, stick around as we delve deeper into the benefits of timeboxing and how you can implement it in your daily routine. Why should you consider timeboxing? Let's delve into its numerous benefits. Firstly, timeboxing can significantly improve your focus. By setting aside specific time slots for each task, you create a mental framework that keeps your attention riveted to one thing at a time. This way, your mind isn't wandering off to other tasks, and you're not constantly shifting gears, which can be mentally exhausting. Increased productivity is another major benefit of timeboxing. A recent survey found that timeboxing was ranked as the most useful productivity hack. This isn't surprising. When you assign time slots to tasks, you're essentially setting mini deadlines. And we all know how deadlines can spur us into action. By creating a sense of urgency, timeboxing helps you get more done, faster. Then there's the enhanced feeling of control that timeboxing offers. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you have a long to-do list staring at you. But when you timebox, you're taking charge of your day. You're deciding what to work on, when to work on it, and for how long. This can make your workday feel less chaotic and more manageable, reducing stress and boosting your morale. Let's not forget about improved collaboration within teams. When everyone on a team uses timeboxing, it's easier to coordinate efforts since everyone knows who's doing what and when. This can lead to better project management, smoother communication, and ultimately, a more cohesive and efficient team. Anecdotal evidence supports these benefits too. The author of a Harvard Business Review article shared how adopting timeboxing led to a significant increase in personal productivity, and it's not just individuals who've seen the benefits. Companies like Google and Microsoft have successfully implemented timeboxing, leading to more productive and efficient workdays. With all these benefits, it's clear that timeboxing can be a game changer for your productivity. Wondering how to implement timeboxing into your daily routine? It's simpler than you might think. Let's dive right in. First off, begin by identifying the tasks you need to accomplish. These can range from simple chores to complex projects. Write them down in a list, whether on a piece of paper or a digital note. The key here is to have a clear view of what needs to be done. Next, estimate how much time each task will take. Be realistic. If you're unsure, it's better to overestimate rather than underestimate. This will help you avoid falling behind schedule later on. Now that you have your tasks and their respective time estimates, it's time to schedule them into time slots. This is where the magic of timeboxing comes into play. Take your calendar, digital or physical, and start carving out chunks of time for each task. Think of it as creating an appointment with yourself to complete a specific task. Remember to include breaks in your schedule too. It's essential to allow your mind to rest and recharge. A good rule of thumb is to take a 5 to 10 minute break every hour. Once your schedule is set, the final and most crucial step is to stick to it. When a time slot for a task begins, focus solely on that task. Put away any potential distractions and give it your all. When the time is up, stop, even if you haven't finished. This might feel strange at first, but it's a part of the process that encourages efficiency and helps prevent burnout. That's it. With a little practice, you can become a pro at timeboxing. It's a tool that can help you manage your time more effectively, increase your productivity, and achieve a better work-life balance. So why not give it a try? To make the most out of timeboxing, there are a few tips you should keep in mind. First, be realistic with your time estimates. One common mistake is to underestimate how long tasks will take. To avoid this, try to overestimate the time you think you'll need. It's better to finish early than to run out of time. Remember, timeboxing is not about squeezing as many tasks as possible into your day. It's about dedicating focused time to each task and doing it well. Secondly, don't forget to allow for breaks. Taking regular breaks can actually increase your productivity. It's not healthy or productive to work for hours on end without any rest. So, when you're planning your schedule, make sure to include short breaks after every few tasks. This will help to keep your mind fresh and focused. Next, be flexible with your schedule. Life is unpredictable and sometimes things don't go as planned. If a task takes longer than expected, don't stress. Simply adjust your schedule and move on. The goal of timeboxing is to help you manage your time better, not to make you a slave to the clock. So be adaptable and don't be too rigid with your time boxes. Another tip is to group similar tasks together. This can help to streamline your workflow and make you more efficient. For example, if you have several emails to respond to, it might be more effective to handle them all in one time box, rather than spreading them out throughout the day. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, be consistent. Like any new habit, timeboxing will take some time to get used to. But the more you do it, the easier it will become. So don't give up if it doesn't work perfectly right away. Stick with it, and soon you'll start to see the benefits. Remember, the key to successful timeboxing is consistency and flexibility. Like any other strategy, timeboxing comes with its own set of challenges. But don't worry, we have solutions for them. Let's start with a very common one: underestimating task duration. Often, we assume tasks will take less time than they actually do. This is a common human bias known as the planning fallacy. To overcome this, start by tracking the time it takes you to complete similar tasks. This will help you to get a more accurate idea of how long things really take, allowing you to allocate time more effectively in the future. Next is the challenge of sticking to the schedule. It's one thing to create a time box, but quite another to adhere to it. It's easy to get caught up in a task and overrun your allocated time, or to let interruptions steer you off course. Building discipline is key here. Practice makes perfect, so don't be too hard on yourself if you fail initially. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Another common challenge is dealing with unexpected tasks or emergencies. These can disrupt your carefully planned time box. The solution here is to build in buffer times. These are chunks of time set aside specifically for dealing with unexpected tasks. This will ensure that when life throws you a curveball, your entire time box doesn't go out the window. Lastly, there's the issue of timeboxing being too rigid for some. The solution to this is to make your time box flexible. You can do this by leaving some slots open for spontaneous activities, or by allowing yourself the freedom to swap tasks as needed. Remember, the goal of timeboxing is to help you manage your time better, not to restrict you. Don't get discouraged if you face these challenges. It's all part of the process, and with practice, you'll get better. Let's quickly recap what we've learned about timeboxing. This technique, as we've come to understand, is a simple, cost-free yet powerful approach to managing our daily tasks. It's all about migrating our to-do lists into our calendars, giving us a visual representation of our tasks and the time we've allocated to each. Timeboxing, as we've discovered, brings a plethora of benefits to the table. It provides us with a greater sense of control over our tasks, boosts our personal productivity, and enhances collaboration within teams. By allowing us to block out distractions, it helps us focus on the task at hand, making us more efficient and productive. We've also delved into how we can implement timeboxing in our lives. It starts with listing down our tasks, estimating the time required for each, and then scheduling them into our calendars. Remember, it's crucial to be realistic with our time estimates and to include breaks to avoid burnout. We've discussed some handy tips for successful timeboxing. These include starting small, prioritizing tasks, keeping flexibility in mind, and regularly reviewing and adjusting our schedules. It's about finding a system that works best for us. Finally, we've tackled some common challenges that may arise when practicing time boxing and how to overcome them. These include underestimating task duration, overloading our schedules, and dealing with unplanned interruptions. The key lies in flexibility and adaptability. Now you're equipped with a powerful tool to manage your time more effectively. So why wait? Start time boxing today and see the difference it makes.